Mike, 53. 53.
Red 80. Red 80. Here we go.
After the penalty, it's Bell. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Check safety, check safety.
Red 80.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 50.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. Open man is Anderson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Now a first down carry by Bell. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level. And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Herndon's got it complete. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Darnold now to throw. Over the middle, he's got the tight end Wesco. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. They'll run it with Bell, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Motion, motion, bump, bump, bump. Check, crunch. Red 80, crunch.
From the 17, Darnold, and his pass incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Under 10.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Let's go.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
All right, 3 to Mike, 53, check 53. 80, it's it.
I got you.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
Now Bell.
Run to the ball. Run to the ball. Run.
A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Second down and goal. Darnold caught by Montgomery. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4 down?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Mack Wilson in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Fickens' kick is good, and the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was Rashard Higgins. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mayfield to throw it. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Demetrius Harris, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
You're not ready. You're not ready. What's that?
Mayfield on first down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Steve McClendon, credit him for the sack.
Get out here. That's how we do it.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Seibert's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Darnold. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. That'll bring up second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on fourth down conversions. And here we go again.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Now they are going for it. Darnold, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Mayfield now. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing again on second down. Mayfield. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. This is Bell. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Check, 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 check.
Switch, switch, switch.
L80.
Check.
L80.
Check.
Red 80. Return.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field.
Give me that ball. Here we go.
Darnold from the gun. He'll take a shot for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
All you get is a headache. Check 31, check 31.
Watch the safety creep.
Mike,
L80.
53, Mike.
Return.
Here's Darnold. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The veteran Morgan Burnett there on the coverage. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range, so now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. Ficken's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, first down. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They set up the screen to Chubb. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. That one complete to Anderson. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And his throw is incomplete. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they've rallied and made the tackle.
No, 80. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. He don't know.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold, and it's caught by Herndon. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Mike, 58, right there. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you. 80. Switch it. Come on, red 80. Shit.
They'll run on first down. Bell. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Sponge. No. Check. Let's go. Yo, 80. Mike, number 53.
From the 38, Darnold. Buying time, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The safety, Morgan Burnett, that time gets home for the sack. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Good. Watch the twist. Red 80.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Flush to his right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Sione Takitaki, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up fourth down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Shift.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth.
Check.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12.
Hey, alert 3. Red 80.
To throw is Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Darnold and the Jets come up third and long following the sack. Sliding out of the pocket. Throw complete to Herndon. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
A gain of 6 there on first. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Here's Bell. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it first and goal. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, second and goal. Second and goal from inside the 5. Here's Darnold. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Let's go.
Now Darnold toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. Ficken's kick is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them.
Jarvis Landry. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, 70 yards. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the fourth. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else. And
he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Le'Veon Bell and the Jets ready to begin their next drive. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
25 yards that time. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. First down, but he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Bell. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Darnold trying to hustle everybody along with the clock moving. Now Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Darnold now to throw. And Thomas has it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll look to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost them.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
No, off.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Falcons' kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now Mayfield and the Browns down by 2, a little under 50 seconds to go. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on first down.
Watch tight end. Hey.
Here's Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now Mayfield. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. He's back to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So everything rests now on the right foot of Austin Seibert. This will be from 53 for the win. And this kick is not going to get there. It should. And no good. Well, that would have been something if he could have saved him from that long distance there in the closing seconds, but it was just not meant to be.
They need a little more time and a little more yardage to give him a realistic shot. And that kick's a good metaphor for this game, isn't it? They're going to wind up a little short in the end.
On first down, it's Bell, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Let's go. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Reset.
53.
Darnold. He's going to take a shot right away for the... And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
One more extra point attempt for good measure. It's up and through, and the final score may be a little misleading here as this is going to wind up a 9-point victory. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on ESPN.